Hello everyone, welcome back. As you can see, I'm playing, get ready for this title, Super Ultra Dead Rising 3's Arcade Remix Hyper Edition EX Plus Alpha. Man, that is a mouthful. Alright, so today I will be showing off all of the Nick costumes for this game, so let's go ahead and jump into this now. As you can see, I've put quite a bit of time into this game. I have all of the characters. So today I'm going to do Nick, which is the standard default. Then you have Tuxedo Nick. Then there's Edward Falcon from Power Star. Felicia, some kind of costume there, from Darkstalkers, and then you have Ryu from Street Fighter. So I'm going to go in order, and I'm going to start with the default Nick costume. Alright, so like most of the starter characters, Nick plays exactly like he does in the main game. You have his basic standard attack, which is X, and you just do pretty much a simple combo there. And then up here you have Y, which is more of a heavy hitting combo. And then you have B, where he does a little spinny dervish there and slings off zombies at the end. And then you have the aim attack, if I can get out of these zombies for a second, where you can either aim it with left trigger, like this, and then throw it, and you actually get it back afterwards, so that's where it's different from the main game. Or you can just press R trigger, and or right trigger, either one, and blind fire it. So yeah, works like it does in the main game. Alright, and then you have the super attack, which is the unique part about this game. Well, bam, just go into that crazy dragon mode. Yeah, every character has a super, and some of them much better than others. This dragon one, not the best. I'll show you right here on this crowd. You can take out a pretty good number, but you'll see later on that it is nothing compared to the other ones. So yeah, you have your standard attacks there. Nick is pretty standard, as I've said multiple times. So yeah, not much to show with him, kind of has the basic attacks. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next character. Alright, here we go with Tuxedo Nick. Quite a bit different from his default costume, you'll see in the gameplay. He goes from melee to guns. Alright, here we go with Tuxedo Nick. You have his standard X attack, which is a kind of flurry of bullets here, followed by some sweet kicks. So yeah, pretty standard attack. Stronger than regular Nick already with this crazy combo here. And then I'm going to back up a little bit and use the other attacks. You have B, which kind of just fires a flurry, and then he does a sweet round kick to the face. So yeah, very powerful as well. And then you have Y, which does a sweet slide and dash there, and you shoot them as well. So yeah, really good for clearing out zombies and getting away, because there are a lot of boss zombies in this game that are kind of like big, hulking zombies. So yeah, it's definitely good to get away from them, and you can use this to get away while killing zombies at the same time. So yeah, definitely very useful. And then you have the right trigger attack, which does the shooties. And you can use left trigger to aim, obviously, like you can with most weapons that are on the right trigger. Wow, my health is low, I need to grab some health. So while I'm trying to find some health, oh, there's one over there. I'll go ahead and grab that before continuing my speech. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so now that I have the health, I'm going to go ahead and use his super attack, which fans of Capcom will very easily recognize. So you can see he is imitating a very famous gunslinger from the Capcom franchise. Wears a red coat, has white hair, or black coat and black hair, depending on which version you're talking about. Yeah, he's pulling off a Dante here, if you needed an explanation there. So yeah, pretty cool attack. Zombies are blocking the screen here so you can't see it very well. I'm going to go ahead and get that at another angle. But yeah, the gun part of it is actually pretty damaging, and then it finishes off with what looks like a Mega Buster attack. So, pretty good. It's actually one of the better supers, because it has quite a bit of range and damage to go with it. So he is more of a, he's obviously a ranged character as well, but he's probably more of a support as well, considering most of his attacks are ranged or have something to do with guns. So he's good for either getting in quickly and running away, because his health is not that great, or just shooting from a distance, which is where the ranged part comes in handy, and the support class. Alright, so this is Tuxedo Nick, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next character. Alright, now we are moving on to Edward Falcon from Power Stone. Very good Capcom game, by the way. I would highly recommend it. I have the original and the second one. I have them on my Vita. It's part of a PSP game. Anyway, he is probably my favorite character in the game. Definitely my favorite Nick character. There is one Chuck costume that's pretty fantastic, and a Frank one as well. So yeah, those two, also very good. But this one is definitely the best Nick costume, so let's go ahead and show him off now. Okay, here we have Edward Falcon, which has the standard X attack, melee, all that. That's pretty good. Pretty damaging, doesn't kill very often, as you can see. Takes quite a few hits to kill them. Not his main part, though. Then you have the B attack, which does a spin kick. This is actually really useful on I don't know how to describe them. They're kind of like, some missions they'll be generators, some missions they'll be bombs, but you have to destroy objects, and it's really good for this attack. So you pretty much just sit there and wail on it. And then you have his Y attack, which he goes on a little dash there, which is kind of reminiscent of Nick's special, where he goes into the dragon suit, but you can use it whenever you want, so it's definitely more superior. Then back to the X attack again, still not very powerful. And then you have his right trigger attack, which is pretty much a Mega Buster. It fires out little rockets, so you can actually aim it too, like this. So yeah, pretty much identical to the Mega Buster, except for the giant blast that you can do with the, what is it? I think it's Y? Yeah, it's Y, where you do the giant blast. So yeah, very effective. This one, not that effective, still pretty effective though. As you can see, I picked up a POW button there, which makes his melee so much better. They're basically power-ups that increase your attack, but not just melee attack, any kind of attack that you do. It'll increase the damage of it. So if you have a ranged person, like Tuxedo Nick, as I showed off before, definitely increase the bullet damage. Now I need to find a piece of mutton so I can heal myself. Oh, there's one in the distance. Alright. Short intermission while I go grab that mutton. Oh, look out, zombies. Alright, now I'm just gonna waltz around you. Okay, and now on to his special, which is the second best special in the game. I'm gonna find a crowd here. Alright, here we go. And bam! Rocket Barrage. As you can see there, 58 zombie kills with one barrage. And it's very good for chaining combos. Like, you can do that, kill a bunch of zombies, walk around. Because this is a one-hit kill, you can just keep the chain going. Just walk around, blind fire. And then the next time you find a big crowd of zombies, like right here, just use it again, and well, bam! Comes raining down on them. Very, very effective. If you want to get that achievement for, I think it's, yeah, when you're in a co-op game with 4 people, and you get the best score, Edward Falcon, best character to use. My first game, got the achievement. He is really, really good at killing zombies. And the longer you achieve a combo, the more points you get. So when you're playing online, as you see, I got a jackpot there. When you're playing online, you can definitely go above the other people. Especially if they're not using characters like Edward Falcon, Sigma, or, what's the other one? She's from Dino Crisis, I can't remember her name. But it's one of Annie's costumes. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use the special here again. When it first launches out, you can see there's an area of effect around him that knocks out any zombies pretty much touching him. And then it just rains down in 3 segments in front of him. So again, very effective. And probably my favorite character in the game. There is one for Chuck that's really close to tying, because it's a Mega Man character. But yeah, he is very close. So this is Edward Falcon. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next character. Now we move on to Felicia, which, pretty much the weirdest character in the game. It is a disturbing costume, to say the least, especially when you're walking around in third person. So let's go ahead and get this one done with. Now, one thing you can say about Felicia is she probably has the strongest attacks in the game. Melee attacks, that is. As I'll show you here with her standard X combo, pretty much one-hits any zombie that it hits. It is very powerful. As you can see, the kill count is just racking up here. So yeah, definitely very strong, very fast. And then you have the Y attack here, which is kind of like a jump flip. Again, very fast, very strong. And then you have the B attack here, which you kind of kick sand at them. Also a strong attack. So the basic theme here is that she is very, very strong in melee attacks. And then you have the right trigger, which I'm going to use here, which is kind of like a slash. Not very damaging, surprisingly, considering how much the other ones do. So yeah, you can go up into a big crowd like this and just wail on them and really, really take down those numbers. Especially with that jump flip in crowds. Look at this, it's just devastating. So yeah, very strong attacks, and she has a unique super, like right here. You just kind of roll around. And then you cancel it by pressing X, which does an area of effect attack, and pretty much kills any zombie in the vicinity. So I'll show you up here when I hit a big crowd. Like right here. You press X or any button, and you just kick up in the air. And then there's a radius around you that dies with it. So yeah, very, very damaging character. A lot of DPS. So yeah, as you can see, rolling around again, and you find a big crowd. Well, bam, cancel that right into a uppercut. So very damaging character, very, very odd character as well. It's that costume. I mean, ugh, it is a costume. You can say that much. Alright, so yeah, that is Felicia. And there's one more Nick costume, so let's go ahead and move on to that now. Now here we go with Ryu, which is probably one of the strongest characters in the game. Definitely the second strongest Nick costume, as I still feel like Edward Falcon's the best. Because that super, I'm telling you, that is one crazy super. So let's go ahead and move on to Ryu. And as you can see with his stats here, he is very balanced, and his stats are very high considering the other ones. Some are high, some are low. You get up to Ryu, they're all at 75%, so he has very high stats. So let's go ahead and jump into the Ryu costume. Here we go with the Ryu costume. He has a unique ability in the fact that he can actually chain his combos together, which obviously being from Street Fighter, that is very standard to his character. But not a lot of characters in this game have this. So basically you have the X attack here, which does a combo. Right, you just finish it like that. And then you have the Y attack, which is, I don't know what the name of that is, but he says it in the game. I can't remember which one it was. And then you have the B attack here, which is a solid uppercut. And you can actually chain those attacks together. Like you can do a few hits with X, chain over to the kick, do a few hits with X, chain over to B, and do an uppercut. Didn't do the chain there exactly. So let's go there. Yep, there we go. Alright, this one actually, the spin kick chains together a lot better because it's seamless. The uppercut takes a little bit before it actually goes through, like that right there. And then, of course, you have his signature Hadouken here. Well, bam, just fire out that blast. It sends zombies comedically flying away, as you'll be able to see if I can actually hit one straight on. Holy hell, get out of me. Alright, there we go. And, completely missed that. So yeah, it sends them launching quite funny. Pick up a rocket launcher here. Show that off. These are in the game. They're kind of like power-ups. You have miniguns as well. Just gonna show this off. That is my phone ringing in the background, so that's pretty random. But yeah, anyway, that is the rocket launcher there. Rude people calling me in the middle of recording. That's funny. And it's probably a telemarketer too. Those assholes keep calling my phone. Anyway, back to the video here. I'm just gonna keep using the Hadouken here, show you what that's all about. Very powerful. Almost an instant kill every time. I'm pretty sure it is. It has some splash damage, but I'm not sure if the splash damage is insta-kill. But yeah, and then you have, I'm pretty sure it's called a super token. But it's his super attack, he does the purple one. And it's pretty damaging, I will say. It goes in a straight line, and until it hits something or reaches a certain distance, it will explode right there, like that. And very, very damaging. So it pretty much carves a path through zombies, and then, as right there, it hit a tombstone, so it just exploded. And that's generally what happens with it. And I'm going to show off some more of his attacks here. Get that nice uppercut. Do some spin kicks. So yeah, he's a very useful character. He's a lot more hands-on, like hand-to-hand, than the other characters I use. So I don't use him that often. I'm usually using probably Edward Falcon or Sigma. Oh, Sigma's so good. And yeah, a lot of those. Not so much Ryu. I don't go to Ryu that often. But anyway, very useful. As you can see with this blast here. Well, bam. Just wipes out a whole crowd. Alright, so anyway, those are the Nick costumes, and it concludes with Ryu here. Alright, so those were all of the Nick characters for Super Ultra Dead Rising 3's Arcade Remix Hyper Edition EX Plus Alpha. Again, very long title. I will most likely be coming back and doing all the other characters too. Almost certainly. I'm going to go ahead and put a 95% on that. I'm probably going to do Annie, like, almost immediately after ending this recording. So, you'll have that, at least, those two. So anyway, that is the game, and I'm not really sure what other videos I'm going to be making other than these, because there are not very many games coming out, so I'm going to take these videos and kind of stretch them out over a span so I can have some content to put out, because that's really been the main problem lately, just not enough games coming out to make videos in. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in whatever video comes up next.